I've seen people spend months trying to find the right car at the right price, and then they'll turn around and they'll go into the finance office and spend 20 minutes and overspend by several thousands of dollars. Well, next to the parts and service department, the finance office in any dealership that I worked in made the most profit for the store. So I'm going to give you the 6 big things that you could say to a finance manager they'll lose their mind over. And stick with me to the end, because what I'm going to share with you could potentially save you thousands of dollars. The first thing is when you tell the finance manager that you're paying cash. Really does nothing for you in terms of leverage and getting a better deal, whatever. But what it does to the finance department is it pretty much alleviates 2 profit centers in the store. The first profit center is reserve, which is the amount of money that they make from their captive lender on the buy and sell rate portion of the transaction. Buy rate is typically a lot lower than what the sell rate is. So let's just say the buy rate 6%, the sell rate, which is the rate you're going to contract at, is 8%. So that 2-point spread could equal, depending on how much money you put down, that could equal several thousands of dollars. The dealership makes profit on reserve for doing essentially nothing, just marking up the rate and you paying more money for the car. So that could potentially cost you thousands of dollars. The other thing that it does is when you pay cash for a car, it's a lot harder to stroke a check for $5,000 for an extended warranty than have your payment go up if you're financing $20 to $30 a month. A lot of people can justify that over the expense of writing a check for a large amount of money. So a lot of finance managers it puts them in a really bad mood, and it's something that right off the bat they know they've got an uphill battle in order to make any money for themselves. So your power move at this point is to just kind of say, listen, I'm not sure how I'm going to pay for the car in terms of financing or paying cash. I'm on the fence, but I'm willing to listen if there's any options involved. That way, at least you leave the door open if they have a rate that's better than what you're pre-approved for, which is my second point. Is the second thing that they hate to hear is prove through my bank, your bank or credit union, getting an approval. When you get an approval, which is not a pre-approval, you get approved for an auto loan at a set rate, at a set amount. You can walk into the store with that approval in your hand and let them know, I've got this approval through my bank, and if you can match it or beat it, I will go with you. So that's going to do a couple things for you. First thing is it's going to put you in control of the situation. The other thing is it's going to get them to work for you rather against you. The reason that they don't like this is they got to do a lot of work, and it's going to take time and some effort for them to match or beat the finance rate that you have. The third thing that finance guys hate is if you get in the office and they go, well, where were you trying to keep your monthly payment? And you just say, listen, I'm not concerned about the payment at this point. I just want to get all the paperwork signed and get going. As a finance manager, I 100% train on the fact that most people are payment buyers, and what you try to do is get their top payment that they would be willing to spend and backfill that payment with products and services in order to make more profit for the store. It would be unwise of you to come into the finance office and say, well, you know what? This is the most I'm willing to spend on my monthly payment. Just let's kind of see where we can go from there. And then they're going to go in their sales pitch, whatever. Shut them down. Just say, listen, we can get to the payment and the term and the rate later. Let's talk about the state and federal paperwork that I need to sign. And I want to focus on the out-the-door figure that I've already negotiated with the guys at the front half of the store, the sales manager and the salesman. I've already negotiated that, so let's get all that paperwork out of the way, and then we can get to the payment at the end. If there's anybody out there that's bought a car or financed a car recently, please leave me a comment in the description. I would like to get your feedback on what your experience was. And gosh, if there's anything I forgot, let me know. Anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe as well. So the fourth thing that most dealerships most finance guys hate is when they're going through their sales pitch with you on all these products and services, is with you stopping and saying, listen, I need to phone a friend. I got to call my dad. I need to call somebody that maybe has more experience than I do with this. They've spent a lot of time with you going through all of the stuff that they're trying to get you to buy. And if you do this, that forces them to slow everything down, and you kind of digest things and get a better idea if it's going to be the right fit for you. The other thing that happens is, because the finance manager has to sell to somebody that they haven't met, that they don't know, that's on the phone, that's in a completely different place, it is a lot harder for them to get their point across. I was actually lucky because I did pretty well with this. If I had a customer that wanted to slow things down, I was very patient and I took my time. A lot of times I got people to move forward because they did get a chance to talk to their friend or family member and it made sense to them. What you run into a lot of times as a finance manager is you get people that have their own opinions, and they may or may not have had a good or a bad experience with a particular product or service that you're offering. So it's always a negative thing for a finance manager to have to deal with this. The other thing, and the more important thing with this step, is it forces you to slow things down. Don't be afraid to let the finance guy know, I want to take this paperwork and read it for a few minutes by myself. Is there somewhere I could go? Digest exactly what's going on, what you're paying for, what the fees are. Just take your time with it. There's nothing worse than a customer getting home and then reading through all their paperwork and then finding out that they paid $1,500 for an advertising fee. It's ridiculous. Take your time while you're there. If you need more time, let them know. They're going to have to show some flexibility with you. The fifth thing that drives them crazy is they've gone all this time going over all of these products and services that they're trying to sell you on your car. And you tell them, I am not purchasing anything today. I'm going to take my time and do my research on all these products and services, and I'm going to talk to other dealers about what their benefits are and what the prices are. This is going to force the finance people to completely drop their pants and give you whatever the best price is, the best rebate, the best terms. That they're absolutely going to do everything they can to get you to buy that product or service. You're going to know at that point whether or not it makes sense to you and if you're getting a good price. If it makes sense, go ahead, go through with it if this is something that you want. If you're unsure, just let them know, hey, I'm not buying anything today, but I am going to do a little bit of research and find out what's going to work for me. I'm going to call some other dealers and get the best price that I can. And you'd be surprised, just by saying that one thing. I've seen guys drop an extended warranty from $6,800 all the way down to $3,000 because they really wanted the customer to move forward. The other thing that they're going to do is they're going to try to pressure you, because if you are financing, they're going to say, listen, if you decide you want to purchase this later on, you're going to have to pay cash for it, put it on a credit card, whatever. Well, because you're a human being, you know how that works. Just remind them, say, yeah, I don't care. I mean, if it's something that makes sense to me, I'll move forward with it at that point and just keep going. I want to sign my state and federal paperwork, and I want to get that out of the way. And if I'm financing, let's work out the terms and we'll go from there. And the final thing, the sixth thing that they really hate, and when I was in finance, this cost me thousands of dollars. And finance guys at work, and he gets a knock on the door, he gets a customer pokes their head in and they go, hey, that car that I bought here last week, and I got that extended warranty from you, I want to go ahead and cancel that. Well, canceling a product or service that you purchased for the car will not reduce the amount of your monthly payment. I need you to know that up front right now. And it's going to cost the finance manager money out of his own pocket when you cancel it. They hate to hear that. So there's a couple things that you need to be aware of. The finance manager and the business office, in order for a cancellation to any product that you buy, in order for that to go through, they need to fill out a cancellation form, and they need to submit that form to the company that sells the product. You need to follow up with the finance manager, make sure that gets done, and then you need to call the business office at the dealership that they actually submitted the claim for the cancellation. I cannot tell you how many times I knew of finance managers that would just conveniently forget to turn in the cancellation paperwork, or that there was a business office that only processed cancellations for extended warranties and such like once every month or every other month. It's important for you to follow up with them and make sure that it gets done. Now, as a side note here, and this goes back to your extended warranty seasons, if a finance manager tells you that you have to buy a product or a service in order for them to get your loan approved, in order for you to obtain financing, if they tell you that, they are lying to you. They're bullshitting you. Do not fall for it. And if it was something that they said to me, said you have to buy this in order to get your loan approved, it happens with people that have bad credit. So I'm warning you. If they tell you that, they are lying to you, and I would get up and leave. Do not reward those people with your business. So now that you know the 6 things that are going to drive finance managers crazy, you really need to watch this next video. This next video is the 8 things that every car dealer wish you didn't know about, because there's a lot of pitfalls here. You need to watch this next video. So please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It's super important to my channel, and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.